My name is Charlotte Elise Westwood, but you can call me Charlie. I was raised in one of the 7 esteemed noble families of Azmarin. I will admit I lived quite the privileged life growing up the only child of Rylan Westwood and Giselle Montecroy, but my parents were diligent in expanding my experiences beyond our manor. Before the incursion, my days consisted of reading, writing, studying ancient languages, and socializing with the other noble families, all in the effort of becoming, as my family would say, an accomplished young woman who would be suitable for marriage. Yet, even with the pressure of being the last Westwood, I felt an undeniable calling elsewhere, a duty beyond that of an overqualified housewife. Through the years, I began to appreciate the beauty in all of the creatures with whom I shared the world. In an effort to honor the abundance of life around me, I took an oath of pacifism at a young age. Violence only begets violence, and I refused to take part in perpetuating that cycle. This oath came under test as my home was ravaged by other planar creatures, but I stand firm in my commitment to peace. Despite the terrors that any one individual is capable of, there is good to be found in every sentient life. It is a gift to see the potential in others, but it is an even greater gift to help them see it within themselves.
Hello, welcome to my library, humble though it may be. My name is Tyrion Cariadis, and I'm pleased to make your acquaintance. My story? Well, I was born here in Azmarin, in the Scholars' Village. My father was a learned man of the arcane before he passed, and I found myself inspired to learn all that I could to follow in his footsteps. Magic has always fascinated me, and I endeavoured myself, as I do in most things, to be my utmost best at it. I devoted myself to the Temple of Ioun, and all the knowledge contained therein. When not sleeping or tending to my other duties, I was sure to be found within the temple's wondrous library. I'd held more pages than could ever be read in a given lifetime, but that was a challenge I was willing to take on. I was excelling in my studies, and the future seemed open with potential. I had hope, I had possibilities, I had a plan, I still remember the smoke and the heat of the Inferno. The Scholars' Village burned. We didn't know it at the time, but a devilish incursion was taking over the city. We did all within our power to rescue what books and knowledge we could, but we lost more than we ever dreamed. The temple burned along with the library. It's all gone now. My mother died in the fire as well. Had I known, in my anger and pain, I looked for a new purpose, a new path. I wanted revenge. So I joined the fledgling rebellion. Myself and my party of revolutionaries struck back against the devils. We felt unstoppable, like we were making a real difference. But one day we fell into an ambush. I was the only one to survive. I had so much. I have little now. The one thing that I'm trying my best not to lose is hope, but every day makes that harder to hold on to.
Hello, hey, I'm down here. Hi, I'm Briar, and this is my clock tower. I usually don't let anyone up here, but I guess you can be allowed because I know you can keep a secret. I've been in Azmarin for a while now. I left home after my folks kicked me out. They said our family was too poor for me to stay home and be a dead weight good for nothing. Anyway, that doesn't matter because I can take care of myself. Things were hard when I first got here, but after a while I realized I am good for something after all, and that's being sneaky. And luckily I found a way to get paid for that through the Thieves Guild. I've done pretty well by taking the jobs that no one else wants. You know, just little baby crimes like tiny theft and teensy-weensy spying on people. But after the devils came, those jobs became almost impossible to find. I had no idea how hard life was going to be after the incursion. I managed to stay out of it for a while, but I have a bad habit of finding myself in the wrong place at the wrong time. And then one night everything changed. I was running for my life, as you do, and I found this lady who was dying. And then she shoved this into my hands. This is Najwa. Well, I call her that now, but at first I didn't know what to do with her. Books are usually very boring, but she's teaching me all kinds of new things. It's all mostly in pictures because I'm not a super good reader, but I'm going to figure it out. Najwa's my best friend. So that's how I ended up joining the rebellion. It was all her idea. I wouldn't have bothered, but she gets so mopey when we don't do what she wants to do, and I would do anything to make her happy. She says we have a very important job to do together, so I'm just following her lead. Anyway, enough of that boring stuff. Time to eat. I would offer you some of this bread, but everyone knows that ghosts can't eat.
You can call me Jude. Jude Laurent if you really want to know. I was born here, in the heart of Azmarin. Rather shine her light and bless my birth. At least that's what my mother used to say. Used to. My life was fine, okay at best. I had a loving mother and a father who inspired me to be strong. He taught me to fight. He taught me to protect my own. I joined the city guard because of him. He taught me, most importantly, to survive. I'm a survivor. That's what you do in Azmarin. This city of pseudo-peace and gilded gold. You hold your head up and you survive. When your father dies, you survive. When all is lost and a judgmental man picks you and your mother up from the ashes, you survive. And when the world comes crashing down in infernal flame, you do what you must to survive. None of that matters now. Life as we know it is nothing more than delaying the inevitable. The devil's won. What can we do now? But I think of my mother, what she was. I think of my father. I think of what he wanted, what he fought for. I fight back for him. I fight back because I need to make things right. For him. For her. For everyone.
Hello, welcome to the second episode of Ashes of Azmarin. Hope y'all are ready for this, because we are starting off today's session with a full bar of corruption. Thanks, Graham, the Corruptor.
No.
Would anybody like to briefly recap our last session?
Yeah, because I took notes. That was not shade to anyone else, but I take too many notes. To cliff note this up, if you will, welcome to Azmarin, and you would have thought we started in like a tavern because every D&D game starts in a tavern, but it didn't. It started below said tavern in an underground place where a resistance is currently residing and building up to fight back against the devils that have taken over Azmarin. We met Charlie, a pacifistic, a young ingenue who wants nothing more than to instill hope into folk, brunch included. We met Tyrion, who is our studied magic boy who probably has some affections for certain people who are pacifistic, but we don't speak on that. We met Briar, who is short and nimble and quick, but don't fuck her shit up because she will fuck you up first. Either her or Najwa. Who's Najwa? Is it a book? Is it a cat? Don't know. And you also met Jude, who broody, sad boy, who is honestly hasn't told you anything other than he's here. And we were told that we our handler Dave said we're a group basically, and we need to go look and scout a prison because a certain prisoner by the name of Andromeda is currently locked up there in the Boulder Gate prison in Chargers Farthing. But we're not to break her out. We're just to scout around and just to see what's going on. So we basically went that way, somewhat stealthy, as much as we could be. We knew that there were a lot of imps in the sky, some barbed devils, some bearded devils outside doing some patrolling, and we decided to go into a textile warehouse to get better situated, so we're not just out in the open. But inside, we noticed something was going on upstairs. Jude, having the ability to know where certain things are, realized there's some devils upstairs. And Tyrion also detected a little bit of magic, evocation. Wasn't sure exactly what it was. Upstairs, we noticed that a barbed devil and a human was tied to the chair, but after further realizing that human was not human, was also a devil. We went in, or more so, Jamood. He is a Jamood. He is a Jamood. Jude sat down, a la Inuyasha and Kagome, and basically pushed this barbed devil to the ground and got some information from him. Wasn't good enough, killed him. Tyrion and others spoke to the other one, whose name was Nakir.
Nakir, good job.
Nakir. And Nakir is very interested in Charlie. Or more so her necklace, or maybe Charlie. Both? Both. Tyrion don't like it. And Tyrion's like, stay the fuck away from us. And we also know there's a lot more imps and a lot more devils than we saw. And there's some doors that are magically trapped inside of the prison, so we gotta be very careful. There is an underground tunnel going from don't tell me, going from Holmes Smithy. So that's probably gonna be our next step, is to get there and try to get into this prison. Nakir is also very sketch, has mentioned the name Gideon to Jude. Jude was speaking in Infernal. Tyrion noticed he was speaking in Infernal, but did not note that he was listening in Infernal because he could speak it. Someone else can also speak it, but we don't know that yet. And we also heard some ding dong, the witch is dead, but the witch wasn't a witch. It was Celestia Delaney, who is currently strung up next to her brother and her parents. And we know that each time 5 bells are rung, another Delaney member is dead, which is sad. Rip. F and Chad. And we decided to all split up and meet back up later. Briar also got some information about Nakir from Najwa. And it's very sad, but very real already. That's the gist of it. If anybody wants to detail out some of that.
No, I think that's actually a really great recap. Nice
That
job.
was beautiful.
I'm impressed, honestly.
I write way too many. I'm like, nope, okay, no time.
I remember you telling me you were mad at me because I started off describing that tower, and I'm like, we're not there.
Yeah, like, how dare you? There's a in my opinion, there's a big old line in the sky that just says corruption, and underneath it says "F you, Graham." Who's Graham? Period. So know that.
So, it was agreed upon that you would all meet again at dawn. Each of you. Oh, let me change the music because we don't need beautiful dark anymore. We just need slow drama. Okay. The sun rises, as it does every day, over Azmarin. Those of you with a pretty high passive perception might notice that on your way to your safe house, your meeting place, that several alarms have been raised throughout the city. The flurry of people rushing to and fro seems panicked. Several extra devils are out. They seem to be looking for someone. Who's the first one to arrive at the safe house?
Like Tyrion's an early riser.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Tyrion, you get to the safe house and you see Dave, who looks like he hasn't slept. He is pacing back and forth, arms crossed. When he sees you, he straightens up and... Tyrion, hi. How are you doing? Good morning. It's morning, right? Yeah. Good morning.
It is morning. Dave, you seem to be in some distress. Is everything fine?
I'm not sure, but I think we're gonna find out soon.
All right then. I'm going to make something caffeinated. Do you want? You look. I mean, no offense by this. You look awful. Would you like something?
Yes, some coffee would be great.
All right then.
Who's the next in?
Maybe Jude. It depends on. He would have done some things right beforehand. So maybe third. I'm like not thinking about it. Maybe not actually that fast.
Sure.
Second. Before I leave, though, I would like to. I definitely had breakfast with my family, and I would like to take a few extra scones and just keep them in my bag. And I will mosey on through. I will try to. I'm just gonna keep my head down and go where I'm going. Because this sounds like not a good time.
Charlie, what's your passive perception?
18.
You would notice that a lot of the alarms seem to be coming from the castle.
Of course they are. So, like, how out of the way is the castle?
It's on the way.
It's on the way. Oh my gosh, how convenient. I'm gonna mosey on. I'm gonna keep my head down for the most part, but I imagine the closer I get to the castle, the quicker my feet move.
The closer you get to the castle, the more devils you begin to see, until a chain devil blocks your path, standing about 8 feet tall, wrapped in iron chains. This creature towers above you, blocking your way.
I'll take a few steps back. My apologies. I will change course. I'm trying to glance around. I'm gonna try to see as much as I can see, but I'm not gonna, what am I gonna do, fight him? Yeah. That's funny.
Make a perception check.
You know what? This seems worth, I'll use an advantage. I have advantages.
You have 3.
Oh, that was better. 20, I know how to add. 22.
Oh, with that, you notice that there seems to be a breach at the castle, and the devils are fanning outward.
Like a breach.
Like someone has broken into the castle.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
But like this looks like good for, non-devil, because the devils look like they're freaking out.
Yeah, the devils look
well,
perturbed.
They're the ones that are perturbed. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you make your way into the safe house where you see Tyrion brewing a cup of coffee, or some coffee. And Dave,
Good morning.
who also looks on high alert.
Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Westwood. Coffee?
No, thank you. I had tea. Do we know anything about what's going on? I'm gonna kind of glance between them, but I'm gonna linger on Dave because I imagine Dave knows more.
He shakes his head.
Okay.
Jude, what do you do on your way?
Jude does not have a high perception. However, he's not. He knows things.
Yeah.
He would have. For lack of a better word, reached out into the ether. And he would have.
As you do so, I know what you're doing. You get a be right. Like we're busy. Be right. You gotta hold on for this.
He just grumbles. Out loud, he does say, I need information. I do not care what you are going through. Let me know. And he will start his trek very mosily. Because he's not like curious cat, like what's up, but he is very interested to see why the devils are worked up.
Yeah.
But he will make his way to the safe house. Yeah.
And then Briar?
So when Briar first wakes, is Nausea still a book?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to just very carefully tuck her into my backpack. Make sure she doesn't squish my sandwich that I saved. And just say, okay, Najwa, today might be kind of a scary day. I need to call Bohan, please. And I am the only one that could have seen anyway, if there were even other people around, this the ghost of this massive Goliath. Kind of pattern tattoos all across his arms and chest. He's missing the majority of his left arm. Looks mean as hell. Bohan, thanks for helping me out today. You don't have to, hopefully, do too much. But just stick with me, okay?
He sort of,
And he just like nods. Yeah.
Sort of.
And then I'll head to
flutters around
the
a little bit. Yeah.
to the safe house.
Okay. As you enter, you do see Dave in a panic, sipping on some, sipping on coffee. He holds in his hand what some of you might recognize as a sending stone. Sort of like clutching it, almost. It's a bit of an awkward silence, and you see his leg tapping on the ground as he sort of sits at the table, panic sipping, holding onto that sending stone, and the door bursts open.
Can I say while this is happening, I'm trying to pass out scones to people?
Beautiful. I would
Bring
also,
that from home.
I'd like to put out a trigger warning for Gore. Take it.
Do you have a content warning, command?
Ooh, that's...
I don't, but that's a good idea.
I'll link you the one that I use. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Keep going.
Content warning for mild to moderate Gore upcoming. As you all remember, the door into this safe house is a cellar door that opens up. And as it does, you watch a single figure almost slide, half fall down the stairs. This figure is tall on the lean side, short hair, kind of a what would ordinarily be a pretty handsome complexion, male, except for he is ghost white. And you notice he is clad in pretty strong studded leather armor. Y'all might recognize him as a fighter type. In fact, Tyrion, you do recognize this man. You only know him by his first name, but his name is Dane, and he is a fighter for the rebellion. As he stumbles in, you notice that he is missing the entirety of his right arm. It is bleeding violently. He is covered in blood, and behind him, the door swings closed as someone else is closing, and you hear frustrated grunts. It's very clear that one figure has another figure slumped over them, and the walking figure dressed in dark armor, you would recognize her as, in fact, Briar, you recognize her as Joan Hart. She is one of the, kind of like a big wig in the Thieves Guild.
Her name was Joan Hart?
Joan Hart, yeah.
Okay.
And she's got a shock of purple hair, green eyes, dark robes, and she slung over her shoulder is a man clad in half-plate armor, and she's talking to him. She says, Eric, it's gonna be fine. We made it. We're here. Everything's fine. He is covered in blood. You see Jude, you would recognize, Jude, actually everybody would recognize this. He wears the symbols of Arathis. He's clearly an Arathis cleric. And she slings him over the, onto the table, and you see, Charlie, can you make a medicine check for me? She's patting, she's like trying to hold his wounds. He also has several, what y'all might recognize as infernal wounds that have been inflicted upon by a devil. A huge gash into his chest, many like lacerations around his abdomen. What was your roll?
Can you just take, let's just take an advantage and a crit off? Actually, wait, hold on. Let me double check.
You have 2 advantages.
I need to know.
Yeah, go ahead. Here, no, let's try, no, I don't want one more advantage. Let's see. Are you freaking kidding me? Okay, 16.
Okay.
I rolled 4, 4, and then 8.
This man has
what the heck?
This man has recently died.
But he's not dead now.
He is currently dead.
Or he is.
He is very recently died, and is no longer. And from what you can tell, this woman, this Joan, does not seem to realize it. The fighter is slumped against the wall, kind of sitting in what is now a pool of his own blood. Dave is panicking, but not a useless panic. He's kind of checking each of them, looking over them. He doesn't have doesn't appear to have any healing powers himself, but is sort of trying to do what he can.
How recently dead? I mean,
with that medicine check, maybe in the last minute and a half. 30 seconds. Okay. Like very recently. Joan is fretting over him. Eric, he was just alive. I carried him all of the way here. Eric, please just wake up, please.
I am already walking towards her, and I'm going to put a light hand on her shoulder. If you'll just give me a bit of space. Do you happen to have any diamonds? Does anyone have any?
Yeah, here. She begins to claw at Dane's, or not Dane, this cleric's packs, and pulls out a small bag. It's about 300 gold pieces worth of diamonds.
Fantastic. Okay. All right. I will start collecting the diamonds in my hand, and I'm going to look at Joan. Can you tell me a bit about your friend? Take a deep breath.
He's my brother-in-law.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm gently encouraging her as I start to place the diamonds on his chest. Max is unhappy.
He's having a nightmare.
Oh, sweet boy. Oh no.
He's my brother-in-law. We were almost out of the castle.
No, tell me about him as a person.
He's smart and too charming for his own good.
Ah, I know a few like that. And as she is speaking these words, as they come out, however they come out, I am going to place one hand on his forehead, and my other hand will clasp my necklace, and I'm going to focus very intently on these words that she is speaking about him, and I am going to as she's doing this, as I am thinking about this, I'm going to pull the necklace the stone up to my mouth, and I'm going to whisper to it, "Return to us." And I'm going to cast Revivify.
Please make a spellcasting check.
Just a check.
Yes. A d20 plus your spellcasting modifier.
Just the modifier. Okay. 17.
Okay. As you lay these diamonds over his chest, they begin to turn into dust and fade away. However, his soul does not return to his body. You watch Joan let out a frustrated cry, and this is the first time that maybe some of you would notice that Dave is squatted down, sort of talking to Dane. Man, their names are too close. Damn it. Briar. You feel lightheaded, like a falling feeling, almost. The tips of your fingers go a little numb as something happens to you for the very first time in your entire life. It is almost as if you've lost consciousness. The room fades away and you feel maybe as though you've passed out. Well, that doesn't seem like you. Instead, your vision is taken up and out of this room that you're in, over the tavern, over the city, as you watch devils begin to enter houses, homes, rip people from them, question them in common about the location of the people you are with, and when they do not give an answer, are immediately slaughtered. This is your very first vision.
Am I, like, lucid within it, or do I just wake up?
You are lucid within it. If you'd like to go further into it, you can make checks, but that may incur a vision penalty.
I don't...
But you've also got 5 advantages, so, like, whatever.
Yeah. I think, despite the fact that this is so new, Briar's head starts kind of spinning, and to no one, not sure if Najwa is even still with her. I don't understand. Are we safe? Do we need to run? I'm going to try to push a little further to see
Okay.
how to
Make
do this.
a spellcasting check, which is gonna... No, it's a wisdom saving throw.
Okie dokie. All right, I'm definitely going to use one of these advantages just right off the bat because I'm not fucking around with this. 19 and 13, so 20 total.
Nice. Very nice. What would you like to delve into? You want to see where the closest one is?
Yeah, I want to know how much, how much time do we have to leave this scene and get to safety? So yeah, where the closest one would be.
Your vision kind of dials in a little bit on 4 barbed devils that are making their way south, which is where nope, you all are in Charters. No, y'all are in Southtown or Charters Farthing? Y'all are in Southtown?
Sure.
That's right.
Oh,
they are making their way
south,
sort of spreading out, fanning out, and they are starting to break into taverns, break into homes. You probably have about 15 minutes to get out of here.
Okay. Okay, I want to wake up. I don't want to be here anymore.
Okay. You are pulled back out. Tyrion, Jude, Charlie, to anybody watching, you would see for a moment Briar's very dark eyes begin to expand so that her whole eyes are black. For the vaguest of moments, a dark hood appears over her head and a pair of spectral wings fall from her back. And then as she opens her eyes, they fade away into the ether.
Jude, 2 things. Jude would have gone over to Dane as well. But he would have noticed that Charlie attempted to revive the cleric and failed. Specifically, that she tried to revive a cleric of Erathis. And then his eyes slightly catch the wings. He has a passive of 11, so he's not really looking. But he will. How hurt is Dane?
If we were looking at hit
Oh, you
points,
said his whole fucking left arm is ripped off.
and you would recognize it as an infernal wound, so he's just slowly like bleeding out. He doesn't seem to care.
I'm gonna try a thing, and it might not work, and that's valid.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at Dave, and I say, "Fire. Do you have fire?"
No, I don't.
Tyrion, do you have any ability to create fire?
I don't, but I just made some coffee. I would assume that
Does
we had,
anyone
we
have
had
the
a flame to brew
ability?
coffee.
He actually, once he's like in a mode, once he realizes what Tyrion's saying, he's like, I don't care about coffee. Oh, fire. Made coffee. Got it. He's going to rush over to where the coffee was made. Hopefully the fire's still going.
Yeah, it's still going.
Or whatever. He's going to take out a sword and light the end. And hold the end of it into the flame to heat it up.
Definitely.
And once it gets to a hot point, he's going to rush back over to Dane and say, I would apologize, but apologies aren't necessary. I'm going to attempt to cauterize the wound with the sword that is also infernal.
Ooh, roll a d20.
Am I adding anything?
Just tell me the raw roll.
It's an 18 on the die.
Oh, what does this look like?
Literally the hot metal. And he's in militant mode right now. The hot metal, seeing the gaping wound, but his green eyes are locked with Dane's for a second, and says, "You will survive." And literally just pushes. Oh God, he is badass. With his gloved hand, pushes the end of the sword right onto the wound, and holds it there. So if I take damage, that's fine.
Yeah.
But I want to make sure that it's on and not moving, so the wound is as cauterized as possible.
Yeah. I don't think any of you will ever forget the smell.
Yeah, I think Tyrion especially is deeply unsettled, chilled down the spine, and has some minor flashbacks.
To y'all's surprise, Dane does not even let out a scream. For a second, Jude, you worried he might pass out. His eyes flutter as they roll back, but he looks directly up to the sky.
And as I do this, you see where my hand is. It begins to glow. It's not a white tint. It almost has an orangish glow to it. As I use 15 of my lay on hands pool.
Okay. Congratulations, Dane is stable.
Good.
I think if Jude was going over to Dane, then Tyrion would have definitely seen what happened to Briar, and he'll kind of rush over to her. Are you all right?
I feel weird. I feel really weird. But we gotta, I think we got to get out of here. I don't think it's safe if we stay here. I think the devils are looking for these people.
Did you see something when you...
Yeah, it's hard to explain. It's like, I have daydreams all the time, but this one was like right now and not. I didn't make this in my brain, I'm pretty sure. We got to get out of here.
Dave, we have to move. Damn it.
Dane,
were you followed?
Let's out a groan. Oh, I think we were followed. Fuck.
Can I run as he says that? Can I run to any?
There you go.
Can you hear me?
You kind of got quiet.
Little
Oh.
man.
Really
Covering
muffled.
your mic.
No, I haven't done
Oh,
anything.
there.
There it is.
What is happening?
It's the vision. You're being
The
sucked back
corruption is in my computer. No, I want to just run to any. I don't think there's windows since it's underground, but is the door. I want to first listen to make sure nobody's directly on the other side, and then try to like peek out and just sneak and check the street.
Perception and stealth.
Okay, I'm gonna do one at a time. So perception is not very good. Oh, I'm gonna use an advantage.
Hey.
Oh, natural 20.
Nice.
So a total of 24.
You don't hear anything out on the street yet.
Okay, and then stealth is a 18.
Oh yeah, you feel pretty hidden. You do see a trail of blood leading to where you are.
Okay, I close the door.
You got muted again.
What is
Now it's
happening?
okay, now you're good. It sounds like you're just like accidentally covering your mic with something.
Oh, maybe. I'm going to just close the door and quickly walk back across the room to the two individuals I don't know that well. There's blood all in the street. You guys didn't notice. You didn't. You led them right here.
Dane slowly starts to stand up. And he draws a dagger in his left hand. Gives a look to Joan, slight nod, and then begins to leave. Get to the next safe house.
Don't go south. Don't go south.
Before Dane can actually walk out, I will grab his other arm. That's sad. His only arm now. And I kind of squeeze, not squeeze, but like stay. What were you all doing? Give us this information. We are owed this, at least.
There were 5 of us. We broke into the Delaney Castle to try and break them out. That was our mission. X was grabbed first. I don't know when they got him. That's when we noticed something was wrong. Braska held them off as they began to swarm. The other 3 of us got out. Justin.
X.
Xavier.
Jude's face. The face crack of the century. Just.
He's the newest member of our group. I don't know.
He was captured?
Yeah, I think so. That or worse.
Be safe.
Can I quickly pull Najwa out of my backpack and flip through and look for any names? Just frantic. I mean, Briar's definitely a little bit off kilter at the moment. Just looking for anything.
Give me an investigation check with the advantage because this is Najwa.
Okay.
Are you specifically looking for the name Xavier? Or like
no, just names. As they're rattling off all these names and I see this dead person in front of me, starting to be like, maybe checking for names or what is Najwa doing? What is she saying? Kind of thing. Investigation with advantage.
Yeah.
The highest is a 17 plus 5, so 22.
The first thing that catches your eye is a list of about 5 names. Let me pull them up really quick. I wasn't expecting this. You see a list of about 5 names, and 4 of them are crossed out except for 1. The last name is Aegon Delavan. That's the only list of names that you find.
Okay. I'm just going to tuck her back away because that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to Briar. Okay, we have to leave. For real, we have to go.
Why don't y'all describe to me how y'all are leaving? We're gonna do a skill challenge.
I would.
Let me see what I've got here.
Dave, do you have another place for us to go, or?
Yeah, are y'all familiar with the Basilisk and the Bastille? It's a tavern.
Yes.
It's a tavern way deep in Southtown.
Oh, then maybe not.
Briar might be. Jude might be.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yes. How do we need
Yeah.
to do this correctly?
Yeah. There's another. It's just like this one. Around back, there's 2 cellar entrances. One of them is blocked off. That's the one you want to go in.
Repeat the name of the tavern for me.
The Basilisk and the Bastille.
Okay.
And or in?
And
Is Dane still there?
no, he unless you want to stop him before he walks away.
I think, yeah. Dane, you don't have to die today. You can fight again.
With us.
Both of you give me a persuasion check.
Come on.
You have a silent spell on you.
Oh, am I muted?
There we go. We can hear you now.
That took us way too long for me to press that out. Let me get a persuasion check from both of you.
It's so funny. That's one of my good stats,
You know,
and I never use it.
this seems like something Charlie would feel pretty strongly about, and my dice hate me, so I'm going to use my auto crit.
Okay.
So 26.
Okay.
Mine was 15.
Okay. He looks at between the two of you, especially at you, Charlie, and then back at the man on the table. You see now, he's more than just an Arathis outfit. He's got dark brown hair, kind of darker skin, eyes that are still open, but
Ooh, I would have closed his eyes.
damn.
Sorry. When I wasn't successful, I would have done that. Sorry.
Oh, out.
Yeah.
You were successful. It's just things.
Just,
Time.
Yeah.
He says, "Okay, let's go."
So I want to attempt to use a combination of my urchin background and kind of stealth abilities to scout out maybe 30, 40 feet in front of everybody, just to kind of make sure the coast is clear before my less stealthy compatriots follow.
Definitely. So, anybody familiar with 4th edition might remember skill challenges. Essentially, we're going to there's going to be a round. Everybody will contribute by making a primary check, which is you're actively helping, or a secondary check, which is you're a perception, or helping the next person. With a primary check, it's a success or fail. With a secondary check, you can give another person advantage on their success or fail. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, Briar, let's go ahead and get a stealth check from you.
Okay. I just want to double check how many advantages do I have. 3. Okay.
You have 3 and a crit.
Just making sure. Okay. That is a 17 total. 8
That
plus
is
9.
1 success.
Yes.
Okay. What is this? So as you kind of you pop out first, you begin to peek around, look around. The sun is still coming up. People are starting to try and go about their daily lives, but at this pace of what is happening, general terror throughout the city, even more so than normal. You feel pretty hidden.
Okay. I want to, is there any this is so specific. What is are the roads perfectly paved? Is it kind of dirt? What is the...
It's cobblestone, and some of it, as you get farther into Southtown, the roads get less maintained.
Okay. All right. That won't work then. I am actually going to then just dart a couple blocks, I guess, east or west, whichever way. I don't want to
follow the blood trail, basically.
Yeah,
so I
so the
want
blood
to get
trail's-
us a couple blocks away.
Yeah, blood trail is coming from the north, so you are south of the.
Okay, all right. So head a couple blocks and then just cut and head south.
Who is next in the skill challenge? Mindy?
How fresh is this blood?
Pretty fresh.
So, like, hypothetically,
Okay,
you could totally say no.
let's try it.
Hypothetically, if I wanted to create some water and wash it away and then destroy said water, I'll burn 2 spells if you want me to.
I'm here for
I'm
this.
gonna try to essentially wash away the trail as best I can and then take the water back. Can I do that?
Yeah, let's try that. Go ahead and give me. You can mark off the spell slot, but also we need a success or fail on this.
Sure.
So make a spellcasting check. Same as with your Revivify.
Ooh, should I trust this die? It's really let me down
This
today.
is going to be a low DC because you are burning spell slots.
11.
That's a success.
Okay.
Good job.
This dice is going in the jail.
What does it look like, Mindy?
It honestly, it has to be in a closed container. So I imagine, I imagine it being like, I'm going to create this in the canteen, but I can create a lot more than I can hold in it. So it's just gonna kind of like be overflowing as I move it around. And then like I said, if you want me to burn 2 so I can destroy it as well. Okay. And then when I go to destroy it, I'm just going to kind of almost, it looks like I'm pulling it's like I'm water bending.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like pull my hand, but when it goes back to my hand, it just disappears and evaporates.
Beautiful.
And because I don't want the blood water in my canteen.
Yeah,
so yeah. I'll make some more water later.
All right, who's next?
I will go next.
Tyrion, how would you like to contribute?
Tyrion does have Fog Cloud, but I think that he's going to save. He has charges of Fog Cloud. I think he will save those if they come across like some devils in a street they need to cross or something like that. So as of right now, he's just trying to be a stealthy boy.
Okay, why don't you roll stealth for me?
That is a 17.
Okay, that's another success. Jude?
Jude is going to be at the back of the group. Not because he's slow, but because if anything comes up behind him, he's going to take it out. So right now he's ready in the back, and if anything comes into view that he believes to be not human, he will instinctively actually, does he have? He does. If anything comes into view, he has a hand axe.
Yeah.
And he's going to just throw this attempt. So that's his action is to be the guard in the back and take out anything that might be faster than we think it is.
Why don't you roll perception for me?
Okay.
You've got 4 advantages.
Oh no, I'm good. That's an 18 on the die. It says 19.
Nice. Okay, you can pick the next person to give that advantage to whenever you're ready.
Cool.
Okay. That is the end of the first round of the skill challenge. What's up, Terry?
One other thing, I think that Tyrion would message Briar, since Briar's scouting, and just say, if you see anything, just let us know, since you have a bit of an eye out. You can reply to this message.
Maybe just for today, don't talk to me in my head. I'm already a little confused, but I'll let you know.
Didn't respond to that.
Okay. As you head south, let's see, hold on. Briar, can you describe to me what you're doing?
Yeah. So at this point, I feel like I know it's risky, but I do have my short bow drawn, and I'm just kind of walking as silently as possible and just peeking around corners to see if I see anybody walking, kind of taking a breath and waiting until I see somebody cross until we can like dart to the next building.
Definitely. Okay. You know pretty much the most direct way to the Basilisk and the Bastille, just because of your intimate knowledge of the city. It's going to take about, you would imagine, another 2 minutes to get there. Not very long. So, as you do so, directly in your path, you see a creature fly up overhead and land and begin to look around. You are hidden. This creature is almost celestial in stature, standing tall, beautiful, kind of like sharp features, brilliant red wings coming out of her back. This is an Aaron, yes.
Is it alone?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. How far is it from me?
I would say about 45 feet. It does not see you.
Okay. Son of a bee sting. I am going to... so I basically have to walk right underneath it or right past it to get through, correct?
Or go around the block.
Chris, you were gone for this, but I did say that Tyrion does have fog cloud if you're waiting for everybody to catch up.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I definitely would wait because we're going to have to make an adjustment here. So I'm going to tuck back around the other side of the building and wait for my party to catch up.
Okay. Your party does catch up.
Okay. No sudden movements. There's a guy out there. We have two choices. We can either distract him and run for it, or we could just go the long way and hope that we don't run into anybody else. But it doesn't look like that's guaranteed.
If we want to cross here, I can obscure our movement with a bit of fog. And
how big is it though? Is it just going to be, is it going to be like a foggy target where they just see, they're going to assume something funny is going on, right?
Well, from the air, yes. But otherwise, if they're in the center, it's a 20-foot circle of fog. If they're in the center of it, then you can't exactly see where the boundaries are.
How far can you send that cloud?
120 feet.
I might be able to assist in garnering their attention in a different direction. In combination with that. No, you're fine.
Did Briar mention what it was? Or what they saw?
As you have caught up to her, you're sort of like in an alley behind behind these wooden crates. You can see her begin to search and like enter alleys, and she begins to come your way.
Have I seen? Does Jude recognize what that could be?
You know what it would be. You don't recognize a specific one. You don't know the specific one.
Yeah. No, I'm saying, like, have I seen that type before?
Oh yeah.
Do I know some of the things they can do?
Yeah.
How much?
I would say about as much as Omega knows.
Okay. I know a lot, but I'm like, how much does Jude know?
Yeah.
Great. Jude looks at the group and he doesn't look worried in the sense of I'm scared. He looks tactical, saying this is a fight we might not win. But he specifically says, it doesn't matter what kind of fog you have, they will see us. We need to get out, or we're fighting this thing.
We'll look to Briar. You know another way?
At this point, I think Briar does look a little bit shaken. This is far more responsibility than she is used to. Okay. It might take too long if we go the long way, so I think our best bet is to distract it and run.
Tyrion?
It's at this point that Tyrion, as you sort of look over at this area, you lock eyes with the Aaron. Yes, you have been made.
shite. Run. And with that, he will. I guess he'll use one of the charges of fog cloud, even though Jude said it's not going to help, but that's what he's got. So he will fog cloud with the Aaron Yes as the center of that 20 foot.
Okay.
As I will say, as soon as we stop moving, I will wait just a few seconds and I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy. Because I imagine we're running around and I'm going to try to make it sound like we're actually running around in the other direction than we are going.
So y'all will head around her like south and make the noise north.
Yes.
Okay. Are you all running together as a group?
I
Is
don't know how
not running with the group?
I think Tyrion's going to follow Briar as best as possible. He doesn't know where this thing is.
Okay. And I just take off. Try to like
So
make
fast.
a slight loop, but basically just bailing towards the south direction.
Definitely.
And yeah.
Has only Tyrion been made? Or the group?
You would get the sense that the kind of like the group has been made, but Tyrion was the one who saw her.
For sure. Second part of that question, has the fog cloud and thaumaturgy gone off?
Yes.
Jude won't move immediately. Does she even look the other way?
Roll perception.
He doesn't know. Is this?
You have advantages.
You have advantages.
You've got 4 of them.
I know. Okay. Yeah. That was a 4 on the die. That was not happening.
Oh no.
I'm gonna use that
What?
die right now.
Why were you even thinking about it?
Okay, that's better. That's a 17 on the die, so an 18.
She does look the other way. And you
Dude.
notice it's because there's someone standing right there.
What?
Who?
What?
What?
It's Nakir.
What? No, we didn't hear you. What?
It's Nakir. Dagger. Over here.
He like notices that. Yeah, and goes.
Did we hear him say that? Do we hear Nakir's voice? Can I try to clock him as we run by and see if he sees us?
Yeah, make a perception check.
Wow, look how things come full circle.
Ooh.
Oh God.
No, I'm gonna use one more advantage because that was poopy. Okay, that's way better. Perception. That's a 16.
Yeah, he sees you. He's on the other. Y'all are going the north side. Or y'all are going south side. He's up north, and he's saying over here, up north.
For the record, as soon as I hear his voice, I remember that I'm not supposed to have my necklace out, and I tuck it back in again.
Okay, just gonna run for it, I guess, and try
Everybody
and get to the next quiet spot.
Everybody, give me either a athletics or an acrobatics check to see how
Oh
fast.
God,
you can
y'all.
move.
Oh god.
Y'all, I
Defo
can't do-
acrobatics.
Oh God, y'all.
Little parkour over some dumpsters or whatever.
Oh.
When I hear his voice, I am going to ready magic circle. Just
Nice.
It takes a minute to cast.
right. So I will ready that as we're running.
Acrobatics, I got an 18.
Okay, Jude,
I got a 17 in athletics.
Charlie,
Got an 8 in acrobatics.
Tyrion.
Or a 7 in athletics.
I got a 16 in athletics or acrobatics. Sorry.
Both
Stressful.
Joan and Dane make it across as well, except for Charlie catches your boot on a cobblestone and you go face first. Land right at the feet of this Aaron Yes.
Oh, cool. It's fine.
Fucking course. Of course.
Oh God. I am going to. Do we see this? I assume.
Through the fog. I don't know, Tyrion. Can they see it through the fog cloud?
Oh.
No, I guess the fog cloud would be heavily obscured.
Oh God.
So
Son of a
you might
gun.
be able to hear Charlie face planting.
So, okay.
Fine.
You all make
It's
it through,
fine.
and you notice that Charlie is not behind you. You do hear some thuds, a few whirling of blades, perhaps, flapping of wings, large, heavy wings, a cry out, and then Charlie is dropped right in front of you.
Oh.
rather unceremoniously.
Oh gosh.
Wait, what?
I just
you
grab
just
her hand
fly?
and keep running. We don't have,
Yeah,
we don't have time.
No time.
Let's go.
I am looking back over my shoulder. Do I know what happened?
As you land at the feet of the Erin, yes, you hear her cry out. She whirls a blade on you and begins to charge. Like, you see the blade go right. You can almost see it drive right into your chest. And you are shoved out of the way. There's a flash of brackish blood. And then the next thing that you see is Nakir's face right in front of you as he, has you in one hand and just drops you down in front of your friends.
Do I still have my necklace?
Yeah. As he
Okay.
sets you down, his face is inches from yours, and you can see these piercing blue eyes, and it looks like he's about to say something, and then he just pushes off and flies away. Jude?
Does he fly away?
Yes.
Okay.
Not now, not now. Let's go, let's go.
I am looking over my shoulder frequently, trying, and I can't see anything because of the fog, but I'm perturbed and confused, but alive. Oh.
They both are gone.
You
As
cannot
we-
see either of them anymore through the fog cloud.
Do we hear? Does it sound like there's a scuffle
There
happening?
sounds like there's a scuffle happening
In the fog cloud.
in the fog cloud.
Fuck.
Jude,
Okay.
it's at that
Yeah.
moment that an imp lands on your shoulder. Hi, how's it going?
What is happening?
I don't know, you called me though.
Obviously.
What do you
How
want?
bad is it? How bad is what's going on right now?
Oh, someone tried to break into the castle.
I've realized that
great.
now. I'm sure it was.
This is all in Infernal, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was
else
a
is-
lot of noises, and lots of explosions, and it was great. Awesome.
I am happy you consider this to be a movie, but this is not the time. What is happening up the chain?
Oh, lots of fucked up shit. It's great. What do you want to know specifically?
Where's my mother?
Oh, probably in the temple.
Okay.
You want me to go check?
Yes.
Okay, bye. Whoosh.
He looks back at the group, says nothing, looks at Charlie and Terry, actually, I mean, all of y'all still, and says, fuck, I hate being this fucking character. You all, he says, run, drop the fog cloud. I go back towards the fog cloud because if Nakir can't handle it, the airiness is coming after us, and he knows that, so he's going to go help. As I take out my sword, I got my shield. We don't know what's about to happen, but he knows devils, and devils don't stop until they get what they want. And he rushes towards that way.
Tyrion will yell, "That's not how it works!"
Is there anywhere that's big, human-sized, where we could tuck in and stay near him?
Mm-hmm. You could stay in this alley.
Before he gets out of range, I will place a hand on my chest where my necklace would normally be, and I'll kind of reach a hand out, and I will cast Bless. And then I think I have to. Do I have to stay within 30 feet for him to maintain that?
No.
Okay, great,
Question.
perfect.
Before Tyrion, this is an important order. When Charlie casts Bless, has Fog Cloud been dropped?
He can't.
You can't
Fog
drop.
cloud
You
can't
can't
be
drop fog
dropped.
cloud?
It
know
lasts
that.
for an hour or until it's dispersed by a gust of wind. There's no bonus action to get rid of fog cloud.
Good to know.
Oh. Well.
Better. Perfect.
Yep. Well,
But I will cast Bless on I love these new friends that we're making, but Jude, Tyrion, and Briar.
Sure.
Actually, no, wait, time out. Can I cast Aid instead?
Yes.
Because I forget that I have that.
Yes.
Okay. So you all have 5 temporary hit points.
Oh, heck.
Jude
I
heads
think
into
it's still
the
3.
fray. Jude, you catch sight of this Aranyas locked into battle with Nakir. Nakir's wings are gone. You don't know what's up with that.
Mm-hmm.
But they seem to be. Make a quick perception check if you want to see what's going on here.
Also, I lied. It's +5 to your max HP right now.
Yeah. I don't know why I did that.
I mess that up every time I do it.
Cool. I got a 15.
Nakir seems to be toying with this Aranyas.
I figured. Still. I barely can see, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Actually, it's perfect because as I run in, I divine sense.
Yeah.
So I don't need to see exactly where they are, but
No,
I'll
you
know. But I'll know. So F your fog cloud. But I will speak in Infernal as I get into the fog cloud, saying, "You fucked with the wrong one. And when you die today, you will know who my father is. Then you really know you fucked with the wrong one." And yeah, I don't know what you want to do, but he's there. If I die, I die. But this
Give me an
is
initiative roll, Jude.
this is happening. Oh god. That's an 18.
You and Nakir rolled the same initiative. I'll let you
Oh
go
wow.
first.
And
And then there it is. You're first.
I'm going to bonus action as I have my shield up. I bang my shield with the sword, not too loudly to like make a reverberating sound that everyone hears it a little bit, and you see a shimmer of like a almost like a heat wave come over me as I cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Okay.
Go ahead and
Yes, Min.
So I will look to Tyrion. I don't know this magic very well, but I will. Are you going to disperse it?
I can't. I thought we were running, and apparently we're running into it instead of away from it.
DM,
Player.
fog is technically very tiny water droplets.
Welcome to science class, everybody.
I'm listening.
Can I start trying to destroy it?
Yes.
Okay. So, because I also would like to make sure that Jude's, fine. Also, maybe a little bit Nakir, maybe a little bit, but mostly Jude. So I will, very similarly to how I don't know exactly how this works because it's technically like 10 gallons worth.
You can destroy a 30-foot cube of it.
30. Oh, beautiful. Thank you.
According to
Then
Jude.
I will. Oh, thank you. So I will, take a deep breath. Well. Okay, and I will destroy water, and I will try to, based on what I am hearing, try to. Oh wait, that's about the size of the fog cloud. It's a little bit smaller.
Bigger.
Mine. I thought yours was 20
That's
radius.
20 feet.
It's 20 feet.
Oh.
Yours is a cube of 30, right?
I thought yours was 20 radius, not diameter.
It's
Yes, yeah.
fine.
Okay, most of the fog is gone, and I imagine if I take it out of the center, the rest of it will disperse pretty quickly. I don't know how fog works.
Does anybody else want to get on
Sounds
this
right.
advantage or disadvantage initiative roll?
Oh,
How far into Magic Circle have I gotten? How much time has
10
passed?
seconds, maybe.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll get on the initiative roll.
Okay.
I
go
would
ahead,
like
Jane.
to, mostly for healing purposes.
Yeah.
If
Agreed.
that is. Y'all, these dice hate
What
me
is my
today.
initiative,
Good
by the way?
gracious.
It's an
Oh,
18.
my initiative is.
That's only a 12.
Mine's a 10. Very impressive.
Tyrion.
It was an 18.
Oh, same
Hey.
as the rest of them. Briar's a 12
Mm-hmm.
out of 10. Then Charlie. Okay. I'm just. Yes, you did meet Salman. That is your. Oh wait, hold on. Oh wait. Okay, sorry. Hold on. First up, we have Jude. Jude, what would you like to do? This fog cloud has been mostly dispersed.
Yeah. I cast Shield of Faith on myself.
That's right. So it's Nakir's turn.
Nope, that's a bonus action.
That's bonus action.
No worries. And I am going to attempt to attack this Arianus twice.
Go ahead.
First attack is an 18 to hit.
That is exactly what you needed.
Good to know. I'm just going to go ahead and do the second attack now.
Yep.
To make it easy. That's another 18 to hit. Great. That was 2 11s. I have a +7. I'm going to on the first one pump a second level Divine Smite. On the second one pump a first level Divine Smite.
Okay.
Because I can do that. So let me tally up all of those. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh no! Shit! Let me do this separately because I forgot they're fiends.
I think there's a maximum of numbers.
Yeah, it's a maximum per Divine Smite.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to. So sorry. First attack. Let me do this firstly. So first of all, it's going to be 2d, which is 15, 27 points of magical slashing damage.
Yep.
Then, that's 2 plus that. So that's 4 for the first one. 16. Nope. 13.
Dice math.
21. And then, it's 21. 31. 39 points of radiant damage.
Oof.
Yeah, and I just shoom, real quick, kind of put it behind as my shield is up in front of me, prepping for the next attack.
You almost bloodied it.
Almost. Okay.
This is fine. Nobody freak out. This is
Then
fine.
it's gonna turn on you. Nope, Nakir's
Turn on
turn.
me.
Nakir's turn. But it does look like it's going to be turning on you. You watch Nakir not even using a weapon, just coming in with physical strikes. And you hear bones shattering as he lands 4 strikes on his turn.
Oof.
Tarian.
So is everybody still on the ground?
Yeah.
Okay. Tarian is going to cast Cloud of Daggers around the Aaron. Yes. So that creates a 5-foot cube of just spinning magical blades, which creature takes 44 slashing damage when it enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there.
It needs to do what?
When it starts its turn, it will take, since it's in that space, it will take 44.
44. Got it. It is his. And that's your whole turn?
That is the action, yeah.
Okay. It is the Aaron Yes' turn. The Aaron Yes is going to start off by taking... What's the saving throw?
I think it's just, if it starts there,
Oh,
it's
it's
not
just...
a saving throw.
Okay, give me some damage, Tarian.
3, 6, 8.
8.
8
Okay.
points of damage. Yep.
Jude.
Hi.
What's your armor class for me?
Don't know. 21 right now.
21 right now. Okay. It's going to make 3 attacks on you. That's an 18 plus 8 is...
It hits.
lot. That's a 12 plus 8, which is a 20, and that's a 12 plus 8, which is a 20. So only 2 of those are going to hit. One of those is going to hit. You're going to take 9 points of slashing damage, and do you take poison damage?
I do.
13 points of poison damage.
So 21 in total?
Yes.
22, 21. Math. You said 9 and 13?
9 and 13.
22.
22.
It's fine. I half it because I'm raging. I'm kidding.
Oh my God.
That would be after I was part barbarian.
Yep, including the attacks. Okay. this Aaron Yes is going to squat down and start to raise itself back up. Jude, you and both Nikir get an attack of opportunity.
Oh yeah, I take the hell out of that.
Yeah.
I take the hell out of that. That is a 16 on the die plus 7, 23.
That will hit.
It doesn't say on my turn. It says whenever I hit an attack, I'm going to pump another second level
Yeah,
divine
you can smite whenever you want.
Oh, I surely will. I surely will.
Paladins are OP.
Okay, so that was max on the at least on this. That's 14 slashing plus that's 12. Oof. 12, 25. So 12 points of slashing. No, 14 points of slashing. 25 points of radiant.
Oh, you slice down its back and you watch its spine exposed. It is still up there, but Briar, it is your turn. Would you like to take a shot?
Yeah. I mean, now that the fog is cleared, definitely. Has it lifted up off the ground already, it's getting?
I would say it's within melee of one of your friends.
Okay. Then I am going to fire my short bow.
Okay.
You get an extra D4.
For your
I meant to remind CB, but you didn't need it.
Did we get blessed, or did you aid us?
Okay,
that's
so-
right. Dang it. Thank you. Yep.
Yeah, I was like,
never mind.
wait.
Lied. Nope.
I'm taking
Nope. Nope. That was me.
Would you
Sorry,
agree?
I forgot.
Okay, so is that a 17 to hit with the short bow?
Did you roll your D4 in addition?
There's no
We don't
D4.
get-
Mother bitch,
I
now
lied.
we're all confused.
Sorry, that was my
Wait.
bad. There's no D4. Just
His
17.
AC is
Okay, then
18.
it's 16 because I rolled 1 on a d4.
Okay.
Sorry.
His AC is 18. But since
Okay.
you already knew that, you can roll advantage if you want.
Okay, sure, why
wanna
not?
use one of your
It's totally
advantages?
fine. Yeah,
I
why
really
not?
want you to hit
Oh,
this
You also
guy.
have a crit.
Yeah. No, that's pretty good. That's a 19, so I just barely made it.
Yeah.
Okay.
some
And
damage.
then
Crits as a
these
roll.
crits are like saving our lives for real. So 1d6 plus 3 plus an additional 2d6 for sneak attack. So 3d6. That's a 6. That's a 2. And that's a 1. So 9 plus 3. So 12 points of piercing damage. Right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
How do you want
Is
to
it
do
magical?
this? It's not magical. Mother bitch!
It's
So
not.
close. So close. I was wondering.
Ah! Omega!
Sorry. I just didn't know. Like, it's magical.
So as you fire it, you watch
Do it anyway.
go like it should go right through her heart. And then Charlie, you're up. Unless Briar has a bonus action she wants to use.
I am going to just bonus action hide.
Okay. Solid. Charlie, you gonna take down this bad guy?
Oh. I would like to. That's a bonus action? Oh. I mean, I don't know what else I'd use it for, but I will. No, I'm not gonna attack. I am going to, because I know how things work. Oh, dang it! I should have. I messed up my plan because I also was under the impression that I cast Bless. It's fine. I know I didn't. Instead, I will just. Dude, you're so far away. Goodness gracious. Not humanoid. I will just cast Healing Word at 2nd level
Okay.
on Jude, which is not a whole lot, sweet friends. So but every little bit counts, maybe. And I'm going to think of how Jude was willing to, because I imagine I can kind of piece together what was taking place in his head when he charged back into combat. And I'm going to acknowledge the potential sacrifice that he was willing to make so that we had a chance to get away. And I will do max healing for 13 points.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
Since the fog cloud is lifted-ish, Charlie, as you cast this spell, you watch a faint light glow above Nikir's head. That's it.
Okay. That will be my turn.
Okay. Which brings us back to you, Jude.
Jude looks at the air and yes. I was like, this music is getting it right now. Now looks back at the air and yes. Sword in hand, kind of doing the trembling as he knows being used. No matter how strong you are, it's still that slight tremble.
Mm-hmm.
And speaks in Infernal and says, I will not deal the final blow. I am attempting to redeem. You do not always have to resort to violence. However, and I look over at Nikir, and I say, I will get them to safety. Thank you. And I'm going to use my action to use my last bit of lay on hands and still sheath my sword, knowing that Nikir is after me and probably we will take them out. And will turn my back on the Aranyes and walk away. But as I start to walk, I stop again and I look back. You do know who Gideon is, yes?
To Nikir?
Good. No.
Oh,
to the Aranyes. You do know who Gideon is, yes? Good. And I'll walk.
You hear back. As she's sort of like, you look back and Nikir actually has a hand on her wing and is pulling her back down, and she hisses over her shoulder, maybe you should be afraid. And then there's a sickening crack. She falls to the ground. Y'all are out of combat.
Sorry, I'm writing down notes.
Does Nikir stay where he is, or does he take off?
He sort of just watches after y'all. He looks like watches y'all leave.
I'm like trying to push Charlie in front and like giving him a weird look over my shoulder as we leave.
I will give him a small nod.
Come on, we have to go. We have to go.
Yep. He's making sure they're in front of him. He's not gonna like force them to move, but he's making sure they're in front as he attempts to get them to safety.
Okay. You find your way to Basilisk and the Bastille just in time. Unblock the cellar door. Fall into this dark room. Oh, I almost missed that. You're safe for now. And that is where we're going to take our halfway break.
Oh gosh, it's breaks.
Jeez.
Oh.
Stress eat like 5 cinnamon
We haven't
rolls.
even made it to the tunnel. Like we haven't even.
We're not even like
started
we're not
the
even
actual
doing
job we're supposed to
We're
be
just
fucking
trying not to
doing. We're
die.
Secret tunnel.
It's cool. It's fine.
Secret tunnel. Bum,
Hey, folks, thanks for the excessive amount of advantages.
Yes, thank
He's
you
obviously
Yes,
super
thank
need it.
you.
Thank you.
I burned all of mine really quick.
Burned through
on
all
one
of-
roll.
It happens. All right, friends, get up, stretch, pet your pets, get something to drink. We will be right back.
Oh baby, I love your. Oh baby, I love your madness. It's.
Welcome to our Patreon. Here on Open for Adventure, we are making high-quality Dungeons & Dragons content, folks. We have a great big world to share with you, and by becoming a patron, you can help us explore and expand upon this adventure. With your support, we can invest in more amazing artwork, better mics, fancy cameras, and overall stream quality. Not to mention, help us get some amazing new merch that we can use for giveaways. What do you get by becoming a patron? I'm so glad you asked. Let's take a look at the different levels and give you a sneak peek at what you can get at each tier. Did you know that the family of the First Lord Theo, the leader of the rebellion against the Empire, actually invented firearms nearly 25 years prior to the current campaign? The designs for this high-tech weapon are the Delaney family's best-kept secret. Also, they were originally invented by the late First Lady Victoria, Theo's mother. Access to lore leaks like this is what you can expect from the first tier, written in blog-style posts after each weekly session. Ever wondered what goes on off-camera? The next 3 tiers give you exactly that. With Stolen Moments, you can get access to text-based roleplay moments, highlighting experiences that don't make it onto the stream, like Leona's training session with Ray and Azmarin. Stolen Moments Plus gives you access to roleplay moments featuring our guests, non-player characters, and historical figures, featuring the likes of Marshall, Annalena, and even the Empress herself. And Roleplay Addiction takes us to a whole other level. This tier gives you exclusive 30-minute videos of canon interactions not otherwise seen on stream, like late-night drunken interactions between paladins or tender moments featuring your favorite character ships. The Warm Fuzzies is super simple. It's everything I've listed so far, and also you get your name on stream after our weekly regular sessions. Every session. And our undying love. And finally, the most epic of all Patreon tiers. Drum roll, please. The Lore Master. This ultimate and final tier gets you first look access at all of the content going into our upcoming, official, open for adventure campaign setting. Lore, maps, monsters, items, dungeons, dragons. Go ahead, have a look around, make yourself at home, and consider becoming a patron to help us make this fantasy world a little bit closer to reality.
Oh, hi! My name is Express Love. I'm the Sanmarian god of coffee. Did you know that in Sanmaria, every cup of coffee is made with found familiar coffee beans? That's canon. In Sanmaria, every cup of coffee is good coffee because it's made with love by Found Familiar. Did you know that every bag of Found Familiar coffee features artwork from incredible members of the tabletop gaming community? That's canon. Each blend and roast of Found Familiar coffee features cool D&D names like Thieves' Cant, Face Step, and Pact Magic. In Sanmaria, every royal meeting that Ray attends features the Cartographer's Blend, a brew of coffee made by Found Familiar in conjunction with Devon Rue. Now that's canon. Found Familiar coffee. Buy it today.
Oh baby, I love your madness. It's so incredibly beautiful. Oh, you shine like gold, so me to pieces. Yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium. Oh, baby, I love your madness. It's so.
Welcome back. We weren't talking about anything weird. Whew. Okay. Ashes of Azmarin group. Y'all have a name yet? Y'all need a name.
The Sads.
The survivors.
The survivors. Oof,
So far.
Tyrion. Oof. You've made it to the second safe house. This safe house is a little bit bigger. This meeting place is a little bit bigger. There are 2 rows of tables, so about 4 tables. You are also not the only ones here. There are maybe about 6 other people sort of hunched down discussing. What would you like to do? Hold on, I gotta let my cat out of here.
I want to check on you. Are you? It looks like you took a hit or two. Are you all right?
I'll be fine. How are you all?
Please
I
continue.
think we're fine. A little shaken up. If I'm speaking for myself.
If my thoughts were clear, they would have tracked us down. They have the ability to see past the mundane, whether it's magical or not. They are powerful. I do not doubt that you all can handle yourself, but in this case, it was not wise to let them leave, even with our supposed devilish friend.
It all worked out. I think trust is going to be the most important thing, and I trust that you made the right decision.
I made a decision. What was the right one? We will find out soon enough.
Just next time we're sneaking around, you could like duck down a little bit. I feel like you guys, if you weren't so tall, we wouldn't have these problems. Just get smaller and sneak better.
I want to pull Briar aside for a second. I wanted to apologize. I sometimes take for granted the whole telepathic messaging thing. I did not mean to be invasive with that, and I should have respected your mental autonomy a bit better. So I'm sorry. I know you've had a bit of a weird morning.
Yeah, I mean, I get a little confused sometimes because I feel like most of the time when I see stuff and hear stuff, it's real, but I don't think it is all the time. So I just need now that I know you're gonna do that, it'll be easier. But I don't know. I'm a little confused.
Well, I sometimes get things like that, pushes in one direction or another that I'm not sure exactly where they come from. If you ever wanted to talk about it, I'm always here.
You see weird stuff too?
No, I don't see things, but
Me either. It's just I heard that somewhere.
Mm-hmm. No, I get a feeling every now and then that there's something that I'm supposed to be doing, and it's hard not to do it, and it doesn't sound exactly like what you have. But I just want you to be okay. I want you to stick around for.
I'm always okay.
Of course.
But I might have a question. We can talk about it later. We have things to do.
Sure.
Okay. I'm gonna just pull away and sit off to the side with Najwa.
How rough is Jude looking?
I actually used. I forgot to put it in. I am good.
Okay.
Because I used my lay on hands as I was walking away. I just forgot to put it in. I'm actually at full health with 1 point left. Heal.
As you do.
Joan approaches you, Jude. That was impressive. Well done.
It's not about impressing anyone. It's about surviving.
I didn't say it was. But your survival is impressive.
We're all here for a reason.
What's your reason?
I no longer wish to just survive.
Roll either persuasion or deception, whichever one it is.
Is it either?
I don't know, it's up to you.
He's not trying to persuade her, nor is he trying to deceive her.
It's not about, so the reason I'm asking for this roll is not that you are trying to persuade her, but she is trying to determine if she can believe you.
Gotcha. I'll do persuasion. Is it worth
5
using
advantages.
I know. I was like, you know what? They paid for it. Yeah. Thank you, folks who paid for it. That's an 18.
Okay.
Persuasion.
Something shifts, kind of almost like a settling in her mind. She gives you a nod, walks away. You see her head towards the far side of the room where there is a door, and if you watch her, you'll see that if anybody is watching her, that you'll see her knock. A little slot will open, words exchanged, and then she is let through.
The main door that we came through, we're like in the basement of the Basilisk and Bastille.
Yeah.
I think Taryn will go over to the main door and cast Arcane Lock on it.
Oh, nice. Nice. Tyrion,
I love seeing you. Sorry, because I love seeing spells used that don't get used.
Right.
That's
Same.
good.
Well done. Tyrion, you do reckon you've been in this room before. This is sort of more of a meeting place instead of a safe house. This is a place where, like the higher ups gather. There's a series of tunnels that go even more south through that door that you've never been behind, but you would know that this is. There's rumors that the leader of the rebellion is often here.
And he would have never met the leader.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
You would have not yet. Dane is seated kind of against a wall. There's plenty of open chairs. He just is against a wall, looking rather shell-shocked, waiting for Joan to come back.
How does he look?
He looks like he is hurt in a way that no magic can heal.
Miss Westwood, I did want to ask you about earlier. Did you fly? Was that you kind of, for lack of a better word, plopped down?
No, as far as I can tell, I don't have quite that kind of magic.
Mm-hmm.
It might have been the fog or the circumstances, but it was Nakia.
Right. I wasn't sure whether to share this with you or not, but when we first met Nakir, he did have a particular focus. You were in his thoughts near constantly. You and your
I'll pull the necklace out.
I don't exactly know what it is about this necklace that has him so entranced, but I'm trying to do better about keeping it tucked away.
Well, at least he was helpful this time around.
Very much so.
Somewhat so.
Well, I'm not sure I would still be here if he hadn't intervened.
Well, we owe him at least for that then.
I suppose so.
How is everyone looking in like the other people?
I would say that they look fine. They look like this is their meeting place. They're hanging out. They're waiting. They're working.
Does anyone look like they're like actually meeting, or is it just like like we're hanging out right now?
Yeah,
okay.
You see some people working on some, like a couple people with maps. Some people look like they might be studying, working through some books. Tyrion, you actually would know that those books are from your private collection. So you would know that they're specifically researching.
Yeah, there's a small sign that says no dog earring pages.
Yeah.
I would like to approach Joan.
She's not in the room anymore.
Oh, that's right. She did the whole Naki thing. Okay. Then I would like to approach Dane.
Okay. His eyes sort of focus on you.
How are you feeling?
Tired.
I imagine it will take a bit of time to recover. I don't want to bother you, but I had a few questions. One, I suppose, question. You were trying to get into the castle?
Yeah.
How far were you able to get in before having to turn back?
We were upstairs on the 3rd floor.
Did you happen to see any of the family?
Yeah.
How were they?
For being imprisoned in their own castle. It could be worse.
Were they all on the 3rd floor? Did you see all of them? Are they separated? Are they together?
They're separate. I saw... Are you wanting to know if they're alive? Is that what you want?
I'm just trying to get a better idea of the situation.
Yeah. I saw the twins and Ingrid. X was supposed to take care of Olympia, of getting her out,
And he was unsuccessful.
As they, Jude isn't really like listening to too much. He's kind of just in his own thoughts. But when X is mentioned again, his ears kind of perk up, and he'll look over and take a step towards them. When did X, Xavier, when did they join the rebellion?
3 or 4 months ago. Maybe. What is time anymore?
Yeah. And you said they were taken? Captured?
Yeah.
Do you know them?
I did. Someone who might be the reason I'm here now.
I'm very sorry, Jude.
As am I.
If I know them, him, they're fine. They can handle themselves.
If I had any guess, they're probably gonna take him where they take all of the people affiliated with the rebellion to the prison, Boulder Gate.
Which happens to be where we are supposed to be going.
That's terribly convenient.
That it is.
I don't know if convenient is the exact word I would use in this case, but
Well, I'm sure the head honcho would appreciate you breaking him out. If I had to guess.
Then it looks like we have 2 missions.
Is Dave there?
No, he did not come with y'all.
You're muted.
you're not picking up.
Hey, mother bitch. He did not come with y'all.
Okay.
He might have taken another route or something.
Sure.
Well, without a handler, I think at this point we need to perhaps take things onto ourselves, or
Would Tyrion know if there's, I guess, there's a hierarchical structure at least to the rebellion? Would he know to report to somebody else?
Yeah,
or...
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Why don't you tell me who Dave's boss is?
Dave's boss, let's say, is a female half-elf named Marin.
Nice. And it just so happens that Marin is here.
he'll go over to Marin and Marin, you might remember me. My name is Tyrion.
I remember you. Sorry about what happened.
As am I. Dave has yet to report, and while I hope for the best, I don't think that we should necessarily wait for good news in these times. So I'm coming to you and asking what's next.
As far as I'm aware, your mission is the same. Break the Warlock Andromeda out of prison. You wanted to talk to her pseudo-dragon, right?
If that's possible, yes.
Yeah, he might be around here. Let me go check on him for you.
Thank you.
Is there anything else? Any resources you wanted before?
Anything you can help us with? I believe that we have a path into the prison, which should be safer than a direct assault. But anything you might have that can help us.
That's right. I read your report. Good work, by the way.
Thank you.
Let me go see if I can find that pseudo dragon. He's got a really weird name, so go check him out. She gets up from the table and also does a knock on the door. As soon as it's open, she's let in. Maybe about 10-15 minutes later, she comes back and finds you, Tyrion. Pseudo dragon's name is Sai. He'll meet with you if you want.
Yes, I'll gather the rest of my party, and he'll kind of motion to the others and motion to the pseudo dragon.
She's gonna lead you back through the door.
They can all come with.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Everyone, if you wouldn't mind.
I'll follow.
After Tyrion, this is the first time that several of y'all have been back here, and there is a dwarf guard who is sort of stationed on the inside. And as you all enter, he stops each one of you and says, "State your name."
Charlotte Elise Westwood.
My name is Briar.
Jude Laurent.
Tyrion, he does not ask you for yours. You've already been.
Silent spell.
We lost you.
What is happening?
There it is.
Mother bitch.
Also that.
Tyrion, he does not ask you for your name. You've already passed through this. It's just a standard kind of deal that he does. You're not really sure what it is. You find yourselves in a very short, narrow corridor. There's not room for two of you to stand side by side. As you walk down, it seems to kind of curve pretty sharply to the right, where you see a series of doors. Outside of each one, this new quarter, this turn to the right is a little wider, and there is sort of like a figure standing by each of the doors, sort of like you would imagine to be guards. And then you're taking a sharp left turn into another open sort of meeting area. This area has, it almost looks like you pass through a stone archway, and you see a long conference table with a chalkboard along the back, with things kind of like erased and scribbled. Perched on the edge of this table on the far side is a red pseudo dragon.
Are we waiting for Marin to make the introduction, or did she come with us?
Marin did lead you along the way. She says, this is Sai. Sai does not speak, he just gives you a low nod.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Sai. I wish it was under better circumstances. My name is Tyrion. These are my friends. We're hoping to save Andromeda. If you could help us with information or anything that you could provide, that would be greatly appreciated.
You get an image in your head, sort of like a question. He doesn't speak directly, he can only communicate via transferring images directly into your mind. But you get the sense that he's asking, what information do you need?
Do you know where exactly in the prison she's located? I don't know when you two were separated.
You get an image of the prison, and it's 3 floors, and she is held on the bottommost floor. Aside from that, he doesn't know. He does show you an image of him breaking into the Boulder Gate prison in the very entrance part to get her bag full of notes, and that bag is being safely held here at the headquarters that y'all are at.
Is Andromeda injured? Is that something we're going to need to take into account?
He shrugs.
While this is going on, Briar has been on the far end of the room in tiny, tiny letters on the chalkboard, practicing writing her name. Just along the bottom. It just says Briar, 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 Briar over and over and over.
Sai, do you want to come with us when we get Andromeda? I don't want to put you in danger, but I want to offer if that's something you'd be interested in.
He shakes his head and hunkers down.
I understand. Well, Sai, I want you to know that we're going to do everything that we can.
He does take a moment, and he kind of blinks a few times, looking directly into your eyes, and he sends you a very vivid image of a halfling. This halfling has wild and crazy, untamed brown hair that is a curly mess. There are sometimes things sticking out of it. You can sense that he has lovingly pulled many various items out of this mop of hair and has sometimes curled into it and slept on it. This warlock, he shows you great feats of power and strength and magic being performed by this diminutive figure, giving you the impression that she is very powerful and in the right circumstances, but that she is being sort of made to where she cannot use magic. But he gives you a very strong image in your head of exactly what she looks like. Kind of like a round face, dark eyes, a very easy laugh. And he calls her Andy. He projects this image into all of your heads.
We can tell you care very much, and thank you for the help that you've provided. If anybody doesn't have anything else, I think Tyrion wants to check out the notes and see if there's anything that might be helpful in that satchel.
Marin kind of... the notes, unfortunately, are need to know.
And we don't currently need?
From what we have understood, there are 10 tomes in the satchel, and none of them have anything to do with breaking into the prison.
Well, Marin, you should know better than to hold out on a book, but I understand. All right, well, again, thank you both.
Jude will speak up. Is there anything else that we are not told that is currently need to know? Because at this point, I believe, while I respect the hierarchy, the devils don't give a shit about the hierarchy.
They care about theirs.
But they don't care about ours. So we would like to be as prepared as possible while dealing with them, is all.
We believe you have everything that you need.
He will nod and head out.
What time of day is it right now? Are we looking, it's still, I mean,
Still early
everything
morning-ish,
is still
yeah.
pretty early morning-ish. Okay.
Do you think we should wait until nightfall?
Are you asking Mirren or
Let's
Charlie?
perhaps
that-
rest.
Say, is that better or worse?
They're going to be out looking for us at night, and they're going to be out looking for us now. I say we go now.
I think we just narrowly escaped them heading south. I think laying low for at least an hour or two might be best, but at least at night, no offense, Briar, but the rest of us can hide just a little bit better in the shadows. You can hide anywhere, but we need to go much farther north than we did last time.
I will say, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was going to say, are we exiting this room right now as we speak, or are we still in here?
You could be in there or exiting. It's up to you. It's not really important to me.
I will have to agree with the fact that time is not on our side.
A lot can happen in an hour.
I do not wish to go now. I would like to regain what I have lost. But soon, if we use the tunnels and we use the openness when there is no curfew, we could at least get to Homesmithy. From there, while we're in the caverns, it does not matter if it's night or day.
All right, I can agree with that.
As we leave this room, I'm going to wait until they've started to clear out, and I'm just going to leave my half sandwich and kind of push it towards the pseudo dragon.
He gives you a nod and like sort of rubs his nose up against your hand.
I'll
Can I
just
roll
scratch
perception
him.
for Briar's spelling?
You can see it, yeah.
That's a 21.
What does he get from your writing, Briar?
Is the
Yeah, I
T
mean,
backwards?
I wasn't. No, I've been practicing my letters real good. They're all the right way. At least I think so. Is this backwards?
It's at this point that we are going to do a flashback. Very brief flashback, and we're going to focus on one character. Tyrion. On the 21st of Crimson Moon, what were you doing?
Crimson Moon, is that...
The day of the incursion.
Remind me of the calendar. Is that during the incursion or
That's
after the incursion?
During the incursion.
The day of the incursion. That's right. Okay. Tyrion was what he normally is. On any given afternoon or evening, he was in the library of the Temple of Ioun. He had made his way through several of the well-filled shelves of books and had just begun a new tome. It was a detailed history of the Delaney family. He always loved the library. It wasn't just a place where massive amounts of knowledge were contained. It was also an amazing place just to exist. There were marble columns and archways, and it was beautiful in its own right, besides the fact of the inner beauty that each one of these books held.
The Temple of Ioun was one of the first places hit by the incursion. The inferno blazed around you, and you watched over half of the clergy of Ioun die in a single night. But not just...
He smelled the smoke first. He thought, oh, it's just somebody's, not paid attention to the fireplace. But then it started to become hard to breathe. And then he heard the screaming. He grabbed what books he could. He saw some of his friends rushing to get some of the more rare tomes and magic items out. They had an inner sanctum where some of the more important things were held, and that was one of the first places he went. He didn't realize that the fire was on the other side, and when he gripped the door handles, they burned into his hands. He still has those scars. He wears gloves so people don't see them, but he couldn't get much.
The most vivid memory that comes to mind is standing just outside of the Inferno after the time has run out. Watching the books around you, the library around you crumble into nothing, into ash. Only for you to go home and discover the news that not only had devils taken over the city by force, but that you had also lost somebody else in the fire as well.
He had? With all of the care and effort he made to save some books, his mother died. And he didn't do anything about it. He didn't know.
You're shook by we all have those moments where memories come into our minds faster than we can stop them, and as you leave this room, you find that memory interjecting itself.
It's hard to stop it.
As you walk through the narrow hallways, you're reminded of the narrow escape that you made from the Temple of Ioun. But as you cross the threshold through the door, and you see several members of the rebellion studying tomes that you saved, holding precious books that you rescued, a small stack, a small bookshelf that contains a fraction of your reserve. There's a faintest glimmer of something else. Maybe there's a faintest glimmer of that hope.
He knows that we can lose a lot in our lives, that a large portion of life is loss. But it's the things that we save, it's the lives that we change, and the people that we are able to help that matter. And he hopes that he just did some good.
Charlie, you hear a voice in your head. Present day. Can you meet me somewhere? Alone. I won't harm you, I promise.
I'm guessing this is Nakir. And do I believe him?
Roll insight.
Oh my gosh, y'all, I rolled a double-digit number that time.
Yay!
I'm so proud. 21.
Yes, you believe him.
Clearly you have ways of communicating. Is this not adequate?
I can only do this a select number of times.
I know that. I have this spell. Dang it. I am located farther. I'm getting directionally confused. North? South. Farther south. And we will be otherwise occupied soon.
I cannot come inside where you are. But I am nearby.
How devil crowded were the streets?
Where you are not.
Once we got further away. Okay.
Give me a few moments.
Take your time.
I'm gonna go to Briar. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna go to Briar. I'm gonna try to pull Briar aside.
I need to go speak with someone for a bit. Transparency is important. Nakia has requested to speak with me.
Oh, why?
And I know that face, yes. I'm not entirely sure. I owe him my life, so I suppose I can afford to give him a few moments. I don't think he is going to harm me, and if I'm gone for more than 10 minutes, you can come try to find me. Or tell
So
Terry.
you want me to go with you is basically what you're saying. So I'm coming with you is basically what you're saying, right?
If you come with me, I did mention, he requested that I go alone, so if you are to...
That's too bad.
No.
And also, I don't know exactly how it works, but didn't we not kill him first? So you don't owe him anything.
I don't...
If anything, we're even now.
I am very interesting scales that you're balancing. If you do decide to come along... Oh, I should have talked to Jude.
Oh, if. Okay, no, I get it. I've got you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
no.
I don't know this person. I do think it is probably a bit unwise to go alone. And you have a tendency of slipping into the shadows very easily. So.
Okay, well, are you sure?
No, I'm not, but.
Okay. Well, I mean, who am I to judge, I guess? I don't know. Just go and I won't follow you at some time that passes.
Perfect. All right.
I will start moving back towards the door. I'm not going to try to like pretend like I'm just gonna.
Wait. I'm gonna try to pull her down closer.
Oh, yep. Mm-hmm.
And out of my pack, I'm gonna take out the hood that I normally wear and kind of wrap it around her head and make sure her hair and everything's like, make sure she looks not like a princess walking around in the streets, and kind of tuck all her stuff in. Okay, don't talk to anybody. Keep your eyes to the ground.
Thank you. I will make my way back towards the exit entrance.
Okay.
Now all bundled up and looking a little more discreet.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna look super hard, so I hope it's kind of obvious. Okay, I'll kind of look a little bit, but I will not go far. He said he wasn't far, and I don't plan on going far.
You exit through the cellar doors, close it on top of you, back on top.
Just a quick thing.
Yes, Jude.
I do nothing, but I do see her leaving.
I'm sure Tyrion does as well too.
I don't think Tyrion does.
Oh,
I think
no?
he's absorbed in his own thoughts.
Okay, that's fair. That's even better.
Yes.
It does not take you long till you spot a sort of shadowy figure in an alleyway across the way.
I will take a deep breath. I think my hand instinctively goes to reach for my necklace just as like a comfort thing, but I forget that it's hidden and I awkwardly put my hand back down after it's halfway up. And then I will head down, eyes on the ground, move towards... this is Nakir, right?
This is
I will
Nakir,
make sure that
yes.
it's not. Okay.
You approach and you see the familiar dark hair, icy blue eyes. I'm sorry, he's got silver hair. Familiar silver hair, icy blue eyes.
Wrong NPC for me. It's fine.
Oh no.
As a note, whenever it makes sense, I give her 3 minutes and then I leave and follow.
Good to know. Very good to know.
Don't like when you say it like that. I'm keeping my distance.
Would you follow me? We can't stay out here.
And where is it you want to go?
There is an empty apartment across the street. Just, not far. You have no reason to trust me, Charlie.
No, I have a bit of reason to trust you, but unfortunately, it's just a bit.
You have my word that I will not harm you, nor will I allow any harm to come to you.
Okay.
You are very south in the city, so these apartments are very cramped and small and pushed together.
I would like to, as we are walking, and I would like to walk slightly behind, I would like to leave a small trail of scone crumbs so that Briar, and I won't leave a lot because I can appreciate the skills that I've already seen in Briar, but it is just enough to keep her.
Are you trying to do this sneakily? Would you make a sleight of hand check for me? Gretel.
Oh, I'm so sneaky. Oh no! Do I have anything left? Oh, I do have advantages. Okay.
Oh god.
I'm a bird one. Oh god, that was a 1. Okay, we'll just take the 12. It's fine. Oh.
12 total?
Oops.
That's not
I
terrible.
mean, that's above average. I could be eating a piece every now and then to try to make it look a little less conspicuous.
Definitely.
Try to brush the crumbs off of my
You
attire.
are led right across the street from this alley, so within a block of where you originally are, and there's an apartment, and you a door essentially, and you watch as and here opens it, with a little more force than you would open a normal door, and you gather is because it was locked.
Oh. Great.
It's quieter than it could have been. I'll say that. But as the door opens, you're greeted with a very strong scent of dust. No one has been in here for some time.
Okay. I will definitely make sure to leave a scone crumb on the outside of the door.
Okay.
And I'll follow him in.
He closes the door behind you. First, I wanted to say thank you for meeting me. I understand it is great risk to yourself. However, Charlie, you really should be more careful. That Aaron, yes, could have taken you out in one hit.
To be fair, I wasn't... This path that I and my friends have chosen is not without risk. So... I do appreciate you stepping in.
I would ordinarily be more than happy to have casual conversation with you. However, my time is short here, and I must ask you, where did you get that necklace? You said from your family, but I don't think you understand what it really is.
I'm starting to think that myself. Do you want to enlighten me?
You have something about you that is familiar to me. I have not always lived this life. Are you familiar with the history of devils, Charlie?
Am I?
Make a history check.
I'm not rolling that dice anymore. 17.
Yeah, I would say you know that devils became a thing during the Dawn War, when Asmodeus rose up and killed the god that he served. That god, as that god died, cursed Asmodeus and cursed all of the angels who followed him, and turned Bator into Bathion, the Nine Hells.
I know a bit.
By all accounts, that necklace you are wearing should not exist. And I don't understand how you have not been killed on sight for it. Unless no one else recognizes. Unless there's no one else like me left.
What do you mean when you say like you?
I wasn't always this way. I've had a very long life. Do you understand what I'm saying? For I cannot speak on it.
I think I do. And what is it you want?
I want a different life. To return to divinity.
And you think that my necklace might somehow be able to contribute to that?
I'm not sure. But if you are able to access that necklace's power, perhaps you can redeem me.
I think the only one who has the power to redeem themselves is the individual. That is something you will have to find within yourself.
How do you know this?
It is not a power that I have. And my word, my blessing, although it can give strength or courage, or perhaps even insight, I am not the one that must continue the path. That must be you.
Wise for a mortal. Beyond your years, I think.
You said there is power in this necklace. It is a helpful focus when I call upon the divine, but you make me wonder if it is more than that.
You can probably cast magic without it. If I had to guess. But today I watched you wield divine power. Though you worship no god, do you understand how magic comes to be in mortals? It is granted through a bloodline or through a pact. In very few cases, very few, it is accessed directly. But I do not sense that you are an oracle.
I'm not sure what you're saying. I call on the divine. It just does not look as it does for other clerics.
Well, he kind of looks up as if he's hearing something that you don't. I have one final favor. And you have all of the power in the world to say no. May I touch it, the necklace, for only a moment? Briar, you sneak out after her?
Yes. Before I do so, I actually pull Najwa out of my backpack and wordlessly kind of foist it onto Tarian's lap, knowing that she's probably going to follow me in a few seconds anyway. But to catch his attention, I do so and say, okay, do your little mind check-in thing in like 4 minutes. And then I'm going to slip out the door.
Okay. Make a stealth check for me.
Okay, oh good. All right. Ooh, 19.
Yeah, you feel pretty hidden. You sneak across you are able to notice some little crumbs from the scones that Charlie was passing out this morning. And you're able to follow them across the street to an apartment where there is a closed door in front of you.
Okay. I wait outside for however long it takes for Najwa to manifest back into my hands. And then I say, Najwa, I need you. Are you able to hear what's going on? Can you listen? I'm just going to set her in front of the door, kind of back away for a second to see if she does anything.
So just to be clear,
Yeah.
Tyrion had a book until he just didn't?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
In an effort to shake you from your reverie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah.
There's a slight rustle, a breeze behind you. That's all the response you get from Najwa in this book form. Unfortunately, she cannot communicate with you directly.
Yeah.
Charlie.
I'm going to stare at him real hard. And I'm trying to discern how much I trust him. And I am doing so almost in a way that you pray to, typically would pray to a deity to kind of essentially ask for a sign. That is what I am doing, but I'm doing so by carefully assessing his body language, the way he is looking at me, the tone of his voice, while also recollecting the few moments we have had up until this point. And I'm treating it's a prayer in action, seeking answers.
You start to, as you continue to stare at him, you get the sense that there is something else going on. It's hard to explain. There's a gentleness, a softness, a giving in. He almost seems to have lost some of his composure upon asking you this question. Shoulders slightly slunched forward as if he can somehow submit to you in this, in any way. He seems very much at your mercy in this moment.
I will take off the necklace. I will wrap it around my hand. I will step a bit closer. He is humanoid, correct? Mm-hmm. I am preparing whole person if he does anything shady.
Sure.
But I will extend my hand, the crystal kind of dangling just a few inches beneath where I'm holding it. I'm still watching him very carefully.
He slowly takes his hand and, touching only the threads, sets it into your hand so that it is in your open palm, and takes his hand and places it over yours. There's a blinding flash of white light behind your eyes for just a moment. And for a half of a second, that light lingers above his head in the form of a halo. And then it fades away. Your hand sort of tingles where his is on yours. And for the first time you see him almost smile. You can't imagine, after thousands of years, what this feels like. Knowing that there is hope out there. I do not know how this found you, And I do not think I will ever know. But you have given me something on this day, and that is a debt to which I can never repay. Thank you. You are generous beyond measure. And very, very, tentatively, as if he has to force himself to remove his hand from yours, he will let you go.
I'm going to close my hand around it. I'm not going to put it back on. Still a little shocked because I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before. And by that I mean I know I haven't.
And he will slowly back away from you.
Wait.
He stops.
Perhaps there's something that you can do for me.
He takes a step forward. What is it that you command?
The castle. There are people there that I care about very deeply. I don't know what power you may or may not still hold, who you may or may not be able to convince, or if you know of another way in. But time stops for no one, and I fear that I am running very short on it.
Which one?
Olympia.
What does she mean to you?
She was the first person I loved.
Was?
Circumstances, time. It was never meant to be, but she still holds a very special place in my heart.
Perhaps I could get a message to her.
I would be very grateful.
What would you say?
That I love her, and that I will find a way to get her out. I'll find a way to save her. I promise.
Very well. You may want to go assure your friends you are all right.
Thank you.
But should you need me, all you have to do is close your eyes, concentrate on that pendant of yours, speak my name out loud, with intention. That power that comes from that necklace and I, same thing that created that necklace created me. I am connected to it by a simple fragment of a thread, but connected nonetheless.
If you hear from Olympia, will you let me know?
Immediately.
Thank you.
Do not think that because I am a devil does not mean I do not recognize love or remember its warm embrace. And he'll give you a nod of his head.
I'll
And
nod back.
louder than he probably should, begins to walk towards the door. Enough time for you to move out of the way, Briar. He'll open the door for you, Charlie.
I will exit, head back down. I am kind of looking around for Briar, but I'm also assuming that I'm probably not going to be able to find her. But I'm like awkwardly like kind of doing that like also trying to be discreet.
The door closes behind you, and you are alone. Briar, you see Charlie exit the apartment alone.
So I don't see Nakir when she walks out.
You might catch him if you were looking in. You would see him there and closing the door.
I think about 4 minutes have passed. Are you okay?
I can respond telepathically, correct? I don't have to speak out loud?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I will telepathically respond. Yeah, I think we're okay. We're gonna head back now.
Okay. Your book went missing. I'm looking everywhere for it.
Oh my gosh, really? Keep looking. Don't lose it. It's very important.
Okay.
Oh, goodness. And I'll just fall into step next to Charlie silently.
I startle a little bit when you're suddenly beside me.
That happens a lot. That's okay. Come on, let's get back inside.
All right.
What did he say?
This necklace is much older and more powerful than I originally thought. I will put it back on once we're kind of tucked away again, and it'll stay tucked. It'll tucked. Hey, I'm just gonna keep it hidden, nice and hidden for forever and a day. I don't think he was always a devil. He had... I'll stop, Briar, before we get back. Not super, in the middle of everything, but, in a place where it's still kind of oh, it makes sense that someone might be paused to have a conversation. When he touched the stone, I could have sworn he had a halo. And I know that sounds impossible, maybe, but
Well, I wouldn't stress about that. I mean, I see impossible stuff all the time. If you think about it, this situation we're in is pretty impossible, so...
You're not wrong.
He was nice to you? Also, you shouldn't just, let people touch your stuff.
He asked very nicely. There is something about him that is unexpected. That is often the case with people in general.
Okay, well, what does he want? What was the point of that? Why?
I think he misses what once was. He wants what he had. And
And I think he believes that I can somehow assist him in getting there.
Can you?
I believe I could assist or encourage him, but I don't know if he believes he can do it himself, which is really what that journey looks like.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Gosh.
The two of you.
I would just go ahead.
I was gonna say the two of you do make it inside,
Yeah.
and you find Tyrion tearing apart this room.
He's sweating a bit. He has cast Detect Magic. I think when you walk in, he's one of the people who's who is seated while reading. He's like, all right, move. I need to see if you're sitting on it. What? I can't see through like an inch of stone or metal or ass, so move it. I
just imagine Jude just sitting back watching.
Yeah, Jude's been quiet.
As we approach, I'm going to just kind of cast a little glance at Jude and wink and be like, "Oh, I found it. It was over here. It was over here by Jude. It's fine. That's okay."
Oh, my heart is beating so fast. All right, I am glad that you found your cat book.
Is there anything else in the last 2 minutes of this session that y'all would like to name?
Jude was just thinking. He doesn't care about the antics. He saw that Charlie left. He would have noticed that Briar was eventually gone. He's not going to press them on it. They have their own reasons and missions, as does he. He does, however, laugh at the fact that Tyrion was looking for a book that we now know isn't just a book. So
it could have gotten up and walked off on its own.
But he doesn't say anything.
Outside. Oh, go ahead.
I don't know. He is thinking about X and where they could be. That's all.
Outside, you begin to hear the gentle rolling thunder. And then, after a few moments, the pitter of thick rain, heavy downfall outside. And that is where we will end today's session. All right, let me change the music and we go ahead and sign off. Who wants to start us off?
You can start us off. Hi, I'm Indy. I played Charlie this morning. What is time? I don't know. You can find me on Twitter and Twitch at Miss Mindykins. I stream dumb video games. We have class. It's a good time. I assign homework. Don't worry. It's just you taking care of yourself homework. You can also find me here on Open for Adventure Monday nights at 6:30 Central Time playing Leona, who is similar for now. Pretty similar. Fairly similar to Charlie.
What was your favorite moment today?
Favorite moment? There were some good moments. I'll say, because, heavy sessions, lighter favorite moments. Briar getting onto us for being too tall and just make yourself shorter and sneakier, please. That would help, maybe. Just fix it. There were lots of great moments, but again, going for a light one for this heavy campaign.
Thanks, Mindy.
I'll go. Hi, everybody. I'm Derek Sword. I've been your resident sad boy wizard who apparently also has dad energy, like all of my characters, apparently. I myself am not a dad, but I guess in a way I am. Fatherian. If you're looking for me anywhere, the best place is Twitter. I'm dsword16 on there, and actually it's the same username on Discord. On Friday nights, I am on Graham Cracker's channel. It's Graham Crackers with a Z, where I play a swampy bugbear druid named Griaz. I had my first session last night. It was amazing. Definitely check that out on Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern. Saturday evenings, I normally DM over on the Stalwart Initiative for the Dark Matter Ventures in the Verse. Dark Matter, of course, from Mage Hand Press. We are off this week as well, but we should be back next week, and you can check that out 5:30 p.m. Eastern. Again, Saturday evenings. Every other Tuesday, I'm on Uncanny Adventures for the Old West Call of Cthulhu Shadows over Stillwater. That's 7 p.m. Eastern every other Tuesday, so it'll be this coming Tuesday. And I am also the co-host of the wonderful podcast Monster Crush. My co-host Heavenly and I, every session, talk about different monsters, cryptids, aliens, and miscellaneous paranormal abominations, and whether they'd be good to smooch or if they'd be good on a date. So check that out. We just had an episode drop, which was X-Files themed, X-rated X-Files. So check that out wherever podcasts are found. And my favorite moment, I'm going to go with Jude. I did Jude last time. I'll do Jude this time too, because Jude is very badass, and I love the concept of, oh, somebody's lost an arm. Let's cauterize that bitch, and let's heat up a sword and do that. We don't need fire spells. We have an open flame and a piece of metal. But I like that in combination with the paladin lay on hands. I think that's a really interesting combination of Jude as this darker paladin.
Thanks, Derek. Who's next?
I can go next. Hello. I have to get my voice back to its normal octave. My name is Chris. My favorite thing is hanging out. I do that a lot on our Discord. So if you also like to hang out, you should hang out with us there. I am here on Saturday mornings. You can also find me on Tuesday nights on the Off the Table channel, playing a super cool Masks campaign. Have a podcast that's getting up off the ground called Rolls as Written, which is also super cool. So, just around, just doing fun things with my friends. My favorite moment, gosh, there was a lot today. I think my favorite moment was Tarian's flashback. I know it's a heavy favorite for a heavy session, breaking Mindy's rule, but it was really beautifully constructed and very, very sad, at least. So yeah, that was probably my favorite.
Thanks, Chris. And Omega.
Hi, yeah, I'm Omega, also known as the Critical Bard across all social media channels. Where you can find me today at 3 p.m. Pacific or 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern. You can catch me on twitch.tv/DND as I moderate the What It Means to Be a Bard panel for D&D Celebration. My panelists include Kelly Butler, aka the Opera Geek, Lauren Urban from D&D Beyond, Christina Ariel, the goddess of Good Garden, and Eugenio Vargas, who's an awesome person, awesome music director, and just all around fantastically knowledgeable person in music. And we're gonna talk about what it means to be a bard, but the bard subclass and the bard class in general, bards throughout history, and for those who are scared of the class, some tips and tricks on how to be the best bard you can be. Because one, they don't need to sing, they just need to tell the story. So very excited about that. On tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Times 3 Eastern, 2 Central, 12 Pacific. Yeah, I got it. You can catch me on my channel, twitch.tv/criticalbard, for Creature Collectors, which Lily Sparks, who's probably still in chat, DMs. It is a campaign with inspiration from Pokemon, Digimon, Ghostbusters, Cardcaptor Sakura. It's a mess in the best of ways. I play Agrios the Leonin, Wild Soul Barbarian, with some issues, but very cool time. Check us out there. On Tuesdays, I have In Unison on my channel, which is a show where I duet with different people in the community, and this Tuesday is actually going to be with someone not completely in the community, but enough. Daniel James Drake, aka the creator of Dan Cakes and Anthromancer, which is a really cool game mixed with tarot, and we're going to kind of dive into his psyche, because he is a smart cookie. Other than that, I can't really think of anything else that I'm doing that yes, I think that's it for now. My favorite moment I have many, but I want to talk about some mechanical things, and that's I love seeing spells used in different ways and seeing spells used that don't really get used much. So I'm actually going to call out two for the price of one. Terry using Arcane Lock because we never see it. That and the knock spell, and also Charlie with the create destroy water, not just for the blood but for the fog cloud. That was smart. I like smart usage of spells, and those are my favorites. Thank you.
Thank you so much, CB. I'm Camille. You can find me on Twitter at CamilleDoesDND. You can also find the channel on Twitter at Open4Adventure. You can find me doing lots of stuff here on Open for Adventure. I run Mondays and Sundays and Saturdays. And Sundays is coming back tomorrow with Chapter 2. It's going to be very exciting. 2 new players, Eva and Kappa Chris. Check out all of our advanced... I won't list all the stuff that's going on. Check out all of our stuff. They don't have a name. But we're working on it. Check out all of our stuff there. My favorite moment... my favorite moment was my favorite meta moment was when everybody realized that Fog Cloud could not just be lifted. That was pretty glorious. My favorite in-character moment was Jude turning around and being tied between Jude turning around and Briar writing her name on the chalkboard. All right, sweet friends. Mindy, would you take it away with our warm fuzzies, please?
Yeah. So first of all, we have Belchavez.
Belchavez.
And then we have Christina.
Christina.
And then we have Guildmaster Seb.
Say
Quincy.
Give it up for Quincy.
And then we have Andrew Village of the Fellowship. Wow. Fellowship of the Tables Bay of Gifts. Wikimancer.
Oh my
There
God.
it is.
Names.
Gifts.
So many names. I can't keep up. And then PJ.
Patrick.
Thank you, PJ. All right,
Thank you all.
Thank y'all for being our warm fuzzy patrons on Patreon. If you'd like your name said after every stream, go ahead and become a warm fuzzy patron. All right, y'all. We will catch y'all same time, same place next week. Okay, bye.